Picture this. You wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and what do you see? Do you see possibility or do you see problems? Do you see potential or do you see pitfalls? Let me tell you something profound. The person staring back at you, that's your biggest asset and your biggest obstacle. You are your problem, but you're also your solution. Now, I'm not here to sugarcoat things for you. Life isn't a bed of roses, and success doesn't come knocking on your door while you're sitting on your couch, dreaming about what could be. No, sir, success is earned. It's fought for. It's wrestled from the jaws of defeat and failure. But here's the kicker. The fight isn't out there in the world. The real battle, the one that matters, is right here inside your own mind. You see, we've got this incredible gift called choice. Every single day, we make thousands of choices. What to eat, what to wear, what to say, how to react. But the most important choice, it's the choice of who we become. Let me share a little secret with you. Success leaves clues. It's not some mystical force that randomly chooses its favorites. No, success is a result. A result of consistent, purposeful actions taken day in and day out. It's the compound effect of small choices made over time. Think about it. If you save $1 a day, at the end of the year, you've got $365. Not life-changing, right? But what if you invested that dollar and it grew? What if you increased it to $2, then $5, then $10? See, that's the power of compound interest, not just in money, but in life. Your habits, your thoughts, your actions, they're all compounding. Every day, you're either moving towards success or away from it. There's no standing still in life. You're either growing or you're dying. So which one is it going to be for you? Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but I've tried before. I've failed. It's too hard. Let me tell you something. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every great achievement in history was preceded by countless failures. The Wright brothers didn't get their plane off the ground on the first try. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb on his first attempt. No. These men understood something crucial. Failure is feedback. When you fail, when you fall short, that's life giving you a lesson. It's showing you what doesn't work so you can figure out what does. But here's the catch. You've got to be willing to learn. You've got to be willing to adapt, to change, to grow. Change is hard. I get it. Our brains are wired to seek comfort, to stay in our little zones where everything is familiar and safe. But let me ask you this. Is safe really safe? Is comfortable really comfortable when it's keeping you from your dreams, from your potential? You see, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. It's easy to hit the snooze button, to put off your goals for another day, to say, I'll start on Monday. But those small decisions, those tiny surrenders, they add up. And before you know it, you're looking back on a life of what-ifs and if-onlys. So, what's the solution? It starts with taking responsibility, full 100% responsibility for your life. No more blaming the economy or your boss or your childhood or the weather. You've got to own it. All of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Because here's the truth. When you take responsibility, you take power. You move from being a victim of circumstance to being the architect of your destiny. And let me tell you, that's a powerful place to be. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Nothing worth having ever is. But it is simple. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. It's about setting a goal and then chipping away at it day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. It's about doing the things you know you should do, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it, because that's where the magic happens. That's where you build character. That's where you become the person who deserves the success you desire. Let's talk about goals for a moment. Goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement. Without them, you're just drifting. You're letting life happen to you instead of making life happen. But here's the thing about goals. They've got to be yours. Not your parents' goals for you. Not society's expectations, but your own burning desires. What gets you out of bed in the morning? What makes your heart race with excitement? What's that thing that you do even if you weren't paid for it? That's where you need to aim. Because when you're working towards something you truly want, something that aligns with your values and your purpose, That's when work becomes play. That's when obstacles become opportunities. But having a goal isn't enough. You've got to have a plan. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So break it down. What do you need to do this year to move towards your goal? This month, this week, today? Right now? And here's a little tip. Write it down. There's something powerful about putting pen to paper. It's like you're making a contract with yourself. It makes it real, it makes it tangible, and it gives you something to look at when times get tough, when you need a reminder of what you're fighting for. Now let's talk about time. Time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. The question is, how are you using yours? Are you investing it or are you spending it? Are you using it to move towards your goals? Or are you letting it slip away, one cat video at a time? You see, successful people and unsuccessful people have the same amount of time. The difference is in how they use it. Successful people understand that time is their most valuable asset. They guard it fiercely. They budget it like they budget their money. And they invest it in activities that yield returns. So, take a hard look at your day. Where are you wasting time? Where can you cut the fat? Where can you find those extra minutes and hours to work on your dreams? Because let me tell you, those minutes add up. An hour a day spent learning a new skill. That's 365 hours in a year. That's enough to become an expert in almost anything. But it's not just about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about focusing on the vital few instead of the trivial many. It's about identifying those key activities that move the needle and doing them consistently. This brings me to a crucial point. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's what gets you out of bed when you'd rather sleep in. It's what keeps you going when motivation fades. Because let's face it, motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. But discipline is reliable. It's steady. It's the foundation upon which success is built. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but I'm not disciplined. I can't stick to anything. Let me tell you something. Discipline is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned. It can be practiced. It can be mastered. Start small. Pick one habit, one tiny change you want to make. Maybe it's reading for 10 minutes a day. Maybe it's doing 5 push-ups every morning. Whatever it is, commit to it. Do it every single day, no matter what. No excuses, no exceptions. At first, it'll be hard. Your brain will resist. It'll come up with all sorts of reasons why you can't do it today. But push through, because here's the secret. It gets easier. Every day, it gets a little easier. But you got to do it every day. That's the hard part. And as you build that discipline muscle, as you prove to yourself that you can follow through, something magical happens. Your self-confidence grows. Your self-respect increases. You start to see yourself as someone who does what they say they're going to do. And that, my friends, is priceless. Let's talk about mindset for a moment. Your mind is like a garden. You can let it grow wild, full of weeds and thorns, or you can cultivate it, planting seeds of positivity, of gratitude, of possibility. The choice is yours. But remember, what you focus on expands. So, focus on the good. Focus on what's working. Focus on where you want to go, not on what you want to avoid. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or challenges. No, it means reframing them. It means seeing them as opportunities for growth, for learning, for becoming better. It means asking better questions. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of, what if I fail? Ask, what if I succeed? Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. It all depends on how you use it. So, feed it well. Read good books. Listen to uplifting content. Surround yourself with positive people. Because here's the truth. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose wisely. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. Fear is natural. It's part of being human. But here's the thing. Fear is often a liar. It tells you that you can't when you can. It tells you that you're not good enough when you are. It tells you to stay safe when you need to take risks. But courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's about taking that first step, even when you can't see the whole staircase. It's about trusting in yourself and your abilities and your capacity to learn and grow. So remember this. On the other side of your fear is everything you want. Your dreams, your goals, your best life. It's all waiting for you. But you've got to be willing to face that fear, to push through it, to prove it wrong. And here's a little secret. There will always be more to learn, more to prepare. But the best lessons come from doing, not. Let's talk about persistence for a moment. Persistence is the quality that allows someone to continue in spite of difficulty. It's what separates the achievers from the dreamers. Because here's the truth, success is never a straight line. It's full of twists and turns, ups and downs. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be times when you want to give up. But here's where the magic happens. If you can hang on just a little longer, if you can push just a little harder, if you can go just a little further, that's when breakthroughs happen. That's when miracles occur. Think about water for a moment. Soft-yielding water, yet given enough time, it can carve through solid rock, creating magnificent canyons. That's the power of persistence. It's not about making huge leaps. It's about showing up day after day and doing the work. It's about making small, consistent progress over time. And remember this, the darkest hour is just before the dawn. Often when things seem the toughest, when you feel like you can't go on, that's when you're on the verge of a breakthrough. So don't give up. Don't you dare give up on your dreams. Now let's address something crucial, your self-talk. The conversations you have with yourself are the most important conversations you'll ever have. Because whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your character, and your character becomes your destiny. So, that's your self-talk. Be kind to yourself. Be your own best friend, your own biggest cheerleader. Because if you don't believe in yourself, why should anyone else? This doesn't mean being delusional or ignoring your faults. No, it means acknowledging your weaknesses but focusing on your strengths. It means celebrating your wins no matter how small. It means forgiving yourself for your mistakes and learning from them. It means treating yourself with the same compassion and understanding you'd offer a good friend. Let's talk about comfort zones for a moment. Your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone, in the space between where you are and where you want to be. It's in that space of discomfort, of uncertainty, of challenge that you discover what you're truly. So push yourself. Do something every day that scares you a little. Take on that project you're not sure you can handle. Have that difficult conversation you've been putting off. Sign up for that class you've always wanted to take but thought you weren't smart enough for. Because here's the truth. You are capable of so much more than you think. Remember, the person you become is far more important than the things you achieve. Success isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about who you become on the journey. It's about developing the qualities, the skills, the mindset that make success inevitable. So focus on personal growth. Invest in yourself, read books, attend seminars, find mentors, because the more you grow, the more you have to give. And ultimately, that's what it's all about, making a contribution, leaving the world a little better than you found. Now let's talk about gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to fear, to scarcity, to negativity. It's impossible to be grateful and unhappy at the same time. So practice gratitude daily, not just for the big things, but for the air you breathe, the food you eat, the people in your life. Because when you're grateful for what you have, you open the door for more to come into your life. Remember, success is not just about making money or achieving fame. True success is about living a life of purpose, of meaning. It's about waking up every day excited about what you're going to do. It's about going to bed every night satisfied with what you've accomplished. It's about making a difference in the lives of others. So ask yourself, what's your purpose? What's your why? What gets you fired up? What would you do even if you weren't paid for it? Find that thing and then pursue it with everything you've got. Because when you align your actions with your purpose, that's when magic happens. That's when work becomes play. That's when you tap into a wellspring of energy and motivation that you never knew you had. Now, I want to address something important. Comparison. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. But here's the truth. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Are you better today than you were yesterday? Are you growing, learning, improving? It's because everyone's journey is different. Everyone's timeline is different. You're not behind. You're not ahead. You're exactly where you need to be. Trust the process. Trust your journey. Remember, success is not a competition. There's enough to go around. When you see someone else succeeding, celebrate them. Their success doesn't diminish yours. In fact, it proves what's possible. It should inspire you, motivate you, show you what can be achieved. Let's talk about failure for a moment. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person you admire has failed, many times. But here's what sets them apart. They didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. They used it as feedback, as a stepping stone, as a lesson. So don't fear failure. Embrace it, learn from it, grow from it, because here's the truth. You never fail until you stop trying. And the only real failure is the failure to try. Now, let's address something crucial. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. The books you read, the shows you watch, the people you surround yourself with, they all influence your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions. So, curate your environment carefully. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who believe in you. Fill your mind with positive, uplifting content. Create a space that energizes you, that motivates you, that reminds you of your goals and your dreams. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose wisely, seek out mentors, join mastermind groups, connect with like-minded individuals who are on a similar journey, because success leaves clues. And those who have achieved what you want to achieve can provide invaluable guidance and inspiration. Let's talk about habits for a moment. Your life today is essentially the sum of your habits. How in shape or out of shape you are, a result of your habits. How happy or unhappy you are, a result of your habits. It's your financial situation. Once again, a result of your habits. This isn't meant to discourage you, but to empower you. Because if your life is created by your habits, then changing your life is as simple and as challenging as changing your habits. Now, I say simple, but not easy. We all know changing habits can be tough. Our brains are wired to seek comfort and avoid pain. But here's the thing. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, while the pain of regret weighs tons. So let's talk about how we can build better habits. First, start small. Really small, want to exercise more. Don't commit to an hour at the gym every day. Start with 1 push-up, just 1. Because here's the secret. It's not about the push-up. It's about showing up. It's about building the identity of someone who doesn't miss workouts. Once you've mastered showing up, then you can increase. 1 push-up becomes 2, becomes 5, becomes 10. Before you know it, you're doing a full workout. But it all starts with that 1 push-up. Same principle applies to any habit you want to build. Want to read more? Start with 1 page a day. Want to save money? Start with $1 a day. Want to eat healthier? Start by adding 1 vegetable to your plate each. Key is consistency. It's better to do a little every day than to do a lot once in a while. Because habits are like compound interest. They don't seem like much day to day, but over time they can change everything. Now let's talk about breaking bad habits. The first step is awareness. Most of our habits are unconscious. We do them on autopilot. So start by becoming aware of your habits. What do you do without thinking? What triggers certain behaviors? Once you're aware, you can start to make changes. And here's a powerful strategy. Don't try to eliminate a bad habit. Replace it. Our brains don't like a vacuum. If you just try to stop doing something, you'll likely fail. But if you replace that behavior with something else, something better, you're much more likely to succeed. For example, if you want to stop snacking late at night, don't just try to white-knuckle it through the cravings. Instead, when you feel the urge to snack, do something else. Maybe drink a glass of water, or do some stretching, or read a few pages of a book. Give your brain a new behavior to latch onto. Remember, habits are formed through repetition. The more you repeat a behavior, the more ingrained it becomes. So be patient with yourself. It takes time to form new habits and break old ones. But with consistency and persistence, you can reshape your habits and, in turn, reshape your life. Now let's talk about the power of routines. Successful people don't rely on motivation or willpower. They rely on routines. They create systems that make success almost inevitable. Think about it. If you have to decide every morning whether to exercise or not, you're relying on willpower. And willpower is a finite resource. It gets depleted as the day goes on. But if you have a routine where you automatically get up, put on your workout clothes, and head to the gym, you've removed the decision-making process. You're just following your routine. The same goes for any area of your life. Want to be more productive? Create a morning routine that sets you up for success. Want to improve your relationships? Create an evening routine where you spend quality time with your loved ones. Want to advance in your career? Create a routine of continuous learning and skill development. The key is to make these routines non-negotiable. They're not something you do if you feel like it. They're something you do, period. Rain or shine, motivated or not, you show up and do the work. Now let's address something important. The role of rest and recovery. In our hustle culture, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that more is always better. More work, more effort, more hustle. But that's not how success works. Success isn't just about what you do. It's also your body and mind need time to rest and recover. Without adequate rest, you'll burn out. You'll lose your creativity, your productivity, your passion, so build rest into your routines. Make time for sleep, for relaxation, for fun. Because here's the truth. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is rest. This brings me to an important point. Balance. Success isn't about excelling in one area of your life at the expense of everything else. True success is about creating a life that works as a whole. It's about being successful in your career and having great relationships. It's about being healthy and wealthy. It's about achieving your goals and enjoying the journey. So, as you're building your habits and routines, make sure you're addressing all areas of your life: your health, your relationships, your career, your personal growth, your finances, your spiritual life. They're all interconnected. Neglect one, and it will eventually affect the others. Now let's talk about the power of your environment. Your environment shapes your behavior more than you might realize. If you want to change your habits, change your environment. Make it easy to do the right things and hard to do the wrong things. Want to eat healthier? Keep healthy snacks easily accessible and junk food out of sight. Want to read more? Keep books in every room of your house. Want to exercise more? Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Your environment isn't just your physical space. It's also the people you surround yourself with. Remember, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose your company wisely. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who support your goals. This brings me to an important point: the power of community. We often think of success as an individual pursuit, but the truth is no one succeeds alone. We all need support, encouragement, accountability. Find your tribe. Connect with people who are on a similar journey. Join a mastermind group. Find an accountability partner. Because when you surround yourself with like-minded individuals, magic happens. You inspire each other, you challenge each other, you support each other through the tough times. Now, let's talk about the importance of continuous learning. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to learn and adapt is crucial. The skills that got you where you are today might not be the skills you need to get where you want to go tomorrow. Still make learning a habit. Read books, take courses. Attend seminars, learn new skills. Stay curious. Because the more you learn, the more you earn, not just in terms of money, but in terms of opportunities, in terms of growth, in terms of fulfillment. And remember, learning isn't just about acquiring information. It's about applying what you learn. Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power. So as you learn, look for ways to apply that knowledge in your life, in your work, in your relationships. Now let's address something important. The role of failure in success. We often think of failure as something to be avoided at all costs. But the truth is, failure is an essential part of success. It's how we learn, how we grow. It's how we find out what works and what doesn't. Every successful person you admire has failed many times. But what sets them apart is how they respond to failure. They don't let it define them. They let it refine them. They use it as feedback, as a stepping stone, as a lesson. So don't fear failure. Embrace it. Learn from it, grow from it, because the only real failure is the failure to try, to learn, to grow. This brings me to an important point. The power of mindset. Your mindset shapes your reality. If you believe you can't do something, you're right. If you believe you can, you're also right. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your character. And your character becomes your destiny. So, cultivate a growth mindset. Believe in your ability to learn, to grow, to overcome challenges. See problems as opportunities. See failures as lessons. See obstacles as stepping stones. Now, let's talk about the importance of goal setting. Goals give you direction. They give you focus. They give you something to strive for. But here's the thing about goals. They need to be SMART, the specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Don't just say, I want to be successful. That's too vague. Instead, say, I want to increase my income by 20% in the next 12 months by developing a new skill and taking on additional responsibilities at work. That's a SMART goal. Setting goals isn't enough. You need to have a plan to achieve those goals. Break your big goals down into smaller, manageable steps. Create a timeline. Identify the resources you need. Anticipate obstacles and plan how you'll overcome them. And most importantly, take action. Goals without action are just dreams. So take that first step, then the next, then the next. Keep moving forward even when it's tough, even when you don't feel like it. Remember, success is not about making quantum leaps. It's about taking small, consistent steps in the right direction. It's about making progress, not achieving perfection. Now, let's address something crucial: the importance of self-care. In our pursuit of success, it's easy to neglect ourselves. We push ourselves hard, work long hours, sacrifice sleep and relaxation. But here's the truth: you can't pour from an empty cup. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. It's what allows you to show up as your best self, to do your best work, to make your greatest contribution. So, make self-care a priority. Get enough sleep. Eat nutritious food. Exercise regularly. Take time for relaxation and fun. And remember, self-care isn't just about your physical health. It's also about your mental and emotional health. Practice mindfulness. Meditate. Journal. Seek therapy if you need it. Take care of your whole self. This brings me to an important point. The power of gratitude. In our pursuit of more, it's easy to forget to appreciate what we already have. But gratitude is a game changer. It shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. Just practice gratitude daily. Take time each day to reflect on what you're grateful for. Big things and small things, the opportunities you have, the people in your life, the lessons you've learned. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel good, it changes your brain. It reduces stress, increases happiness, improves relationships. It makes you more resilient, more optimistic, more successful. Now let's talk about the importance of giving back. True success isn't just about what you achieve for yourself. It's about the impact you make on others. It's about leaving the world a little better than you found it. Find ways to contribute. Share your knowledge, mentor others. Volunteer your time, support causes you believe in. Because here's the truth: the more you give, the more you receive, not just in terms of material rewards, but in terms of fulfillment, purpose, meaning. Remember, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So as you pursue your goals, as you build your habits, as you work on your personal growth, always keep in mind the bigger picture. What's your purpose? What's your why? What difference do you want to make in the world? In conclusion, remember this: you are your problem, but you're also your solution. You have everything you need within you to create the life you want. It won't be easy. It will require hard work, discipline, perseverance. There will be setbacks, failures, disappointments. But if you stay committed to your growth, if you keep taking action towards your goals, if you never give up on your dreams, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Go out there. Take action, make mistakes, learn, grow, succeed. And most importantly, enjoy the journey. Because in the end, that's what it's all about. Not just reaching your destination, but becoming the person you were meant to be along the way.